Hello, everyone. Glad you're all here watching us here. I got Erica Nino, who's been with us, Maureen and I, for almost 10 years. So, Erica, thanks for joining. And I'd like you to just tell a little bit about yourself and why New Skin and what you've done in the past.
Thank you, Buz. My name is Erica Nino, and I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I joined back in 2016, but didn't start the social craze with the toothpaste until 2017. And on my very first post, I was able to see that I could make some extra cash, which really surprised me because who couldn't use the extra cash? So, a little bit about my background. I am a cosmetologist by trade, 35 years this September. And so I did have my business for about 10 years. I owned my own business, and then life changed. So I ended up going to work for corporate America and am still currently there. Um, and I got introduced with New Skin. Um, at the time, I didn't know that there was a business behind it, and I was actually looking to get back into business for myself, being as that when you work for someone else, you don't have no time freedom. And my reality is that not only do I have time freedom, that I don't have time freedom, that I also don't make money when I'm not behind the chair. So I have no leveraged income and no benefits to even give you a perk. Uh, Unlike New Skin, the vision that I have for New Skin and what I've quickly learned is that you don't have a cap with New Skin. You can make as much money as that you'd like, so long as that you put the work into it. And being is that I love to help people look and feel good, it's like a dream come true to be able to build a business like that. And so I'm so excited. I was off and on. I didn't have a big enough why, and but my passion is to help people. So I found my why, and now with the PrysmiO coming out, I am just so excited. I'm a very busy person. I love that our company is like no other out there, that it gives the products a guarantee for you to try. And if they don't work for you, you get your money back. And with our new app that we're getting, we're also going to be able to recommend what products that people can get on to get healthier. So I'm just so excited, and the price point of this is just incredible. So it's a win-win. I'm excited. I'm so excited to help people, and they need to know what score that they have and where they are in as far as their health. So this is just so exciting to me, and I'm sharing, and I've hit the ground running already, and I'm just excited to see how it's going to unfold.
Well, and what's interesting, of course, I've known you for almost a decade here, and I know how hard you work. You've been a business owner, and so you're coming in with a business mindset. And I love when we were talking earlier, this whole leveraged income. And, you're like a doctor, patients. If a doctor doesn't see patients, a lawyer doesn't see clients, or you don't see clients, you don't make any money at all. And so it's pretty interesting when I hear from someone in your industry is how hard you got to work on your feet all day. And now you're looking at this because of the upside potential, and it's something you can do for many, many, the rest of your life. And as Maureen and I have done for 35 years in this industry. So let's talk about the Prism. You were able to get this last week, and everybody, this is what it looks like. Let's get it started here. So um, Erica is one of the hardest working people I know. She's always positive. So I said, Erica, why don't you just take this? And I think you had it for 3.5, 4 days, and you went around scanning people. So would you just talk about the experience of this? Because you've seen and used over the years the biophotonic scanner, the S3. But now all of a sudden, this in the palm of your hand, literally in the palm of your hand, it's pretty amazing. So why don't you just talk about what when you had it in your hands and you were able to scan yourself and scan other people, what was the experience from your point, but also from the friends and contact clients you had?
Okay, so with my experience, it was like a confidence booster. I could feel it, and that's just something of mine that I love about our five senses is that you can actually feel it, and you can carry it anywhere that you go. So it
Mhm.
fits right in your pocket. It's convenient, it's fast. There's no needles, there's no blood work to be done. So that was one of the things that like they're kind of like somewhat like, okay, do I have to get does this require blood? And I was like, no, no, actually, it's just the touch of your finger to the little light that I'm going to show you. And so they just thought it was fascinating. They loved the colors. They loved that it was like something they had never seen before, and it was right in front of them. So they got to feel it. And just the experience of seeing people light up their eyes that wow, like this is different. I've never seen anything like this before, and it's actually can tell me what my score is. So it was just a fun experience to be able to share this and how quickly that it is, like less than 20 seconds you're carrying a conversation. And like by the time that like the second day, third day that I was scanning, I already had my system down and just knew when to incorporate it because we do a consultation on every customer that we do. So you're already finding a little bit about them, and everyone's busy these days. So, like, you don't need to set up an appointment for this. You know, you can just casually take it out. They're scanning while you're talking, and then you can give them the results, and they're just like, they're just wowed.
Yeah, but you know what? You keep earlier when we were talking, you keep using the word sharing, and I love that. You're not selling, you're sharing. You're sharing an experience, you're sharing the technology, and then you share actually a solution to their problem. And that is if they have a lower score, a lower color, you're sharing. So talk a little bit more because your whole life has been about sharing and caring and in the high touch industry. And so we're going to blend the high tech with the high touch. So talk about that a little bit, the sharing and how it's a very comfortable conversation.
It is comfortable for me, being as that I've been in the cosmetology world. I touch people, and I touch them in more ways than one. And I really always try to see where their level is, their level of comfort. And once I find that, I build on that, um, to get to know them better and how I can serve them better. So being as that I love the touch, I I saw that with the prism, it's almost kind of like the same thing. And so with the prism, it's just the touch of it. You just tap your finger, and what I was doing while I was actually scanning them was actually grabbing their finger and putting it on the device, just so that they know that, um, that I'm coming with complete sincerity and honesty, and just the willingness to help if they're just willing to listen.
Well, really, because you've grew up in a high touch industry profession, and then you started doing high tech. And I've always said, if you're going to be successful, you're going to have to blend the two. And I think this is a high tech product but it has
Yes.
high touch. And like you said, getting them to put their finger and actually directing it there. There's the high touch, not just face to face, but there's something magical when a person touches you on a shoulder or shakes a hand. There's the energy that goes. So, and I've experienced that with the biophotonic scanner, the S3, for years and years. Since 2003, we've had the biophotonic scanner. So, in closing, as you look into the future with this, for you and the and your team and the team that you're going to build, how do you think this, as far as you look into the future, the impact that this is going to have?
Oh, it's going to make a huge impact. We're not getting what we need as far as um, nutritional value from a lot of the foods that we eat. And so people are making changes in their diet. And with them being able to know where they're at with the Prism, they're going to be able to make those life changes, not only for themselves, but for their families as well, and for the generations that follow, because our children are being affected. And sometimes I feel targeted just with the foods that are out there. So we need to do this for the generations to come. So I feel like this is just going to be everlasting. There and just like New Skin itself, there's no caps to this. Like it's just gonna enhance, and it's just gonna keep building, and people are gonna be aware, and they're gonna love it.
Erica, this has really been helpful, and I think a lot of people who haven't had the touch with it yet and the experience are going to be blown away. I thank you so much for sharing. And one of the things that you said that is families and moms and dad with children, once they get their kids' finger on this and they can in 15 seconds or less, now they're saying 13 to 15 seconds, that you can see where your children's health is. I think this is a game changer. I think what parent doesn't put their kids before themselves? None that I know. So Erica,
Absolutely.
you did a great job today. I'm just so proud to have you on my team and you sharing and caring. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Buzz.
Okay.
I'm
Good
very
night,
delighted.
everyone. Okay.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.